Hey everybody, it's Cory with Utah Dream Properties and Keller Williams. Bree and I are today making a video for you about where should I live near Hill Air Force Base.
Let's get to work. Let's get to work.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the lay of the land here in Utah. We didn't even know really anything about Utah before we moved here, so it's kind of unique the way that this is set up. So on our east side is a big mountain range, and we're talking real mountains. It's not little hills, they're full-on mountains on one side. And then the other side of it, the west side, is there's lake, right? So you've got the Great Salt Lake, which takes up an enormous space over there. You have those two barriers. Everything is kind of long and skinny here to make it make sense. And we're going to talk about 3 different cities today. And something that each of them has in common is you can live kind of, we call them perchers. They live on the mountain and they look down over everything, and they like a lot of the light and everything. And then we have nesters, which kind of live down in the flatland and they like to look up at the mountain. So you can get, of the 3 cities that we picked today, you can get either of those views and live in either of those places. And there's pros and cons to both, and it doesn't matter. You know, people have personal preferences, that's okay. But we wanted you to kind of get the feel of it's kind of long. As far as transportation through all of 3 of these cities, is you have Interstate 15, just runs right through the middle. And then you have Highway 89, which goes up the mountainside, so right on the east side. And they just opened a bypass that goes from about Farmington pretty far west along the lakeside, and it goes out up to the north. So there's good travel here. Traffic and that kind of thing is not really much of an issue. There's more here than there was 10 years ago, but realistically, if you've lived in any big cities, you know, traveling around in the military, PCSing, doing that kind of stuff, you'll probably laugh at what they say is traffic here. Pretty quick to get to different places. So that's kind of the overall of some of these that they all have in common. But let's talk a few individual things about 3 different cities. So we picked Layton, Ogden, and Farmington. So the first one let's talk about Layton. So Layton is right connected to the southern part of the base. So your commute time there is next to nothing, depending on where in Layton you live. Very short commute time. Also, Layton, like I said, it does have the east and west, and it does have access to the mountains, which, you know, there's a lot of trails and outdoor stuff and stuff like that. So very nice place to live. And you have a different range of homes there too. You know, you can get a home for 350,000, and then you can get a home for multi-millions, depending on where in that city you want to be. Okay, so let me talk about Farmington next. So Farmington, so if we went in order from south to north, it would go Farmington, then Layton, then Ogden, just so you have an idea. Salt Lake City is the furthest south, so that's why I said let's talk about Farmington real quick. Farmington, something unique about that is it's a little town just outside of Salt Lake, and a lot of people that want to kind of escape Salt Lake, not that it's a huge city, but it is a pretty big city. People want to have more of a small town feel. They'll escape to Farmington, and it's a pretty good short commute to get into the city. And they also have the train that goes down that way too. So there's the rail system here is pretty robust when it comes to Farmington and Salt Lake. So that's something that Farmington has. Also, it's a little more, this is going to sound funny, but Farmington is more modern now. It was a really tiny, one of the original settlement towns, but it has grown so much that it is now very modern, has a lot of shopping. People come from all over the place to shop at Farmington Station, it's called. So yeah, there's a lot of shopping there, and it is definitely very close to Salt Lake. Also, as far as homes are concerned, you know, your price point in Farmington still is high, but it is lower than what it would be in Salt Lake. So you get more bang for your buck as far as your home is considered too, per square foot and that kind of thing. Okay, and then the last one, so we had Farmington, then we would go to Layton if you were driving up the road. We already talked about Layton. And then the last city we picked was Ogden. So Ogden, for people that like history, art, you know, outdoor activities, also, you know, a lot of trail system. They're known for that. Also, the downtown, like 25th Street as an example. You can Google 25th Street in Ogden, Utah. It gives you that small town ski mountain feel. It's pretty cool as far as that's concerned. They have the old rail system, so everybody knows where the east and west met way back in the day when they first got the railroads going. The Golden Spike, there's a rail station history museum downtown right off of 25th Street. So you have all those old buildings and that kind of feel from Ogden. So it's really a cool community feel. And it's got about 80,000 people in it, or 90, but it doesn't really feel like that because it's kind of spread out, and it feels really nice, small townish. And you're going to get your most bang for your buck because you're a little bit further from Salt Lake City. So those are some of the differences with these 3 different cities. We've done videos individually of each of these cities, so please go to our YouTube, look at our videos for each individual city, and you can kind of see what we've shown you individually. Also, if you have any specific questions or anything like that, please call us, or please text us, email us. It's very easy to get a hold of us. All of our contact information is down below. Bree puts these out every Friday, so please like and subscribe. Share this with a friend, somebody that's thinking about moving to Utah. We're here to help them, and we're easy to contact. Have a great day.